Hello there, good evening. 7:52 p.m. Dutch time, 19th of 20th November already. Yeah. Okay, so um yeah, making some recordings based on some feedback I got to the previous recording about the sleeping phoenix, one by one. Now, at any time it might end this kind of sharing, I never know. So as long as it's here and well, to begin with, as this sleeping phoenix, and I've talked in the previous recording about it's really the power in the now, and I'll see based on these a couple of feedbacks that again for me it's just and for each sleeping phoenix out there. Well, perhaps for even each manifesting generator with this energy of just being busy in the now, whatever I'm doing is for whatever I'm doing in the now. Same as your energy, whether you speak about it, whether you do that action, yeah, whatever is for your own sake. Yeah. And this thing of yeah, you have to do what you love, what you like, and all of that. Again, the body determines that. Yeah. The body determines that. This is why it's not that I have an allergy to this sentence, do what you like, but because when you go, you like to do it, are you ready to go there? You will be pleased there. It doesn't mean if it will go right or wrong or the right opportunity or yeah, it doesn't matter. As I mentioned about, so this is the feedback about the feedback I got. So there are a couple of things I might address about this power of the now, and the main important thing was that even if you didn't listen to all of that, the message, and that's the thing, is responding to life. Yeah? So discovering this thing of not moving forward based on what your thoughts are telling you, that's a tremendous thing. If you got that, yes, you got it. That's it. Main bodyguard. It's as simple as it can be. And again, so what I'm doing is really what is happening to me through me recording will always be for my own sake. That's the power of this, yeah, busy in the now, for oneself. I heard it a couple of years ago. I got this message. I'm transferring it forward to you. Even if it's just gonna be 0 views, 1 view, 2 views. It's not about that at all. That's what the mind thinks about. And as I got the feedback from, because I just shared that with a couple of sleeping phoenixes I know, and one of that was of the feedbacks was about, oh yes, they're responding. Yeah. It was funny to hear. I will initiate so now I'm initiating this response in life. Okay, okay, this initiation, but nonetheless, whatever you see yourself responding to, moments gone, that's it. That's how the sacral operates. Even if you're emotional, you will wait for emotionality to determine eventually what you're going to respond to. Yeah, again, depending on how the emotional solar plexus is defined. And since I'm not going into that in particular, but speaking about the force of the life force of what it is to be busy in the now for yourself and dealing with the challenges of that. So that's the first thing. Again, if you just are ready to be aware of that, the mind thinks there's something to do or to practice. You've all your life, you have been responding. Now and now and now. Just there were times where your thoughts kind of tried to lead you. and you try to follow, then you hit a resistance, which sometimes was symbolized or being presented in frustration. I'm stuck. So what I'll do, I'll try to initiate something else. You've never actually waited for a thing to really come to you, to really want your energy while you're being busy with like a 3-year-old child, just running around, doing maybe sitting, maybe sleeping. It doesn't matter. Because you've been, mindly educated by other minds to keep the mind in control. So again, in these reminders, this art of distractions, this talking, it's really about responding. The mind being aware that there's a mechanism that responds to life and determines that what you will respond to, not what you will initiate from the thoughts, which the mind thinks that you're missing in your life. Missing in your life. And again, not going to analyze each, sometimes I'll go to my chart and I'll give examples and so on and so forth. But the challenge, I will keep repeating that, of living this asocial configuration that actually indirectly will serve the others. And also directly, But the response, is not because I'm going to serve them. It's because what I'm doing, I am busy in the now. And again, even if this is a black aspect which is in your personality, you will respond to something that you will be here eventually to talk about. It's just how the wiring operates, that on the surface, this is how it will be represented. Again, that's for sleeping phoenixes. And again, if your emotion, so because it's not analyzing the chart and going into details to help the mind see how it is always has been simple, but and again, if you're emotional, because I was addressed, what is this no truth in the now? What is it wait for emotional clarity? Let the mind ask that. Yes, let the mind do what mind does. Ask, analyze, interpret. While if you're emotional, you take your time. You take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Mind will want to be in a hurry because it thinks it misses the opportunity because you've never actually waited for this thing to really want your energy, to really, that people from outside would really want you to be busy in the now. Now, it's not about playing hard to get or not. It's not about the mental concepts. It's about discovering the frequency of responding to life. And being aware where you're not responding and actually following your mind. Simple as that. Once you're aware of that, that's it. Door is open. First veil gone. And it takes time to realize that. According to your age, you've been conditioned this way or the other. And there are other veils. So this first comment that I was like, okay, I got the response. And I mentioned last recording about the going to sleep and day is over and opening the day, new day, So it's there. The more you live yourself and see, this is how the sacral wants to open. It's like it's the battery that wants to be used as a battery and go to sleep. Sacral is not about thinking. Throat is not about thinking. It's about using this battery, and you go. Thinking is you're not conscious, In the dreaming, you might go to other realms and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go to interpret dreams and all of that now, because you might wake up and you have a memory and blah, 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 whatever the mind will do with it, you continue with the responding. Again, if it's the sacral, it's also it might be as much as challenging as emotional. You go and you do it now. The things I've, this design of mine, that it responded in the now, and I'm jumping into that because, okay. No thinking, no asking questions. So just to let you know, for the emotional ones, there is advantage in each design and disadvantages, but we are built just as we're built. And I'm realizing I'm just aware of this machine, talking, living, eating, yeah. And when I'm aware of it and see how it functions, okay, I see what it does, and I give the interpretation of what it does. That's all. This is how I'm able to close my eyes at the end of the day, go to sleep, wake up. That's it. You know, I can share that I've had times where I was, yeah, all the pattern changes. So I was waking up at 4 a.m. You know, I wasn't putting, there is no alarm clock for maybe 3-4 years in my life. Yeah. When the body's ready, it wakes up. And recently, out of curiosity, I'm kind of sharing as I'll go to some other of the other feedbacks. It's, I see myself waking up. Today was fantastic. I just opened my eye, like I opened my eyes, and recently it seems that on more winter cold time, my body's not ready to kind of go out of bed quickly. And the body decides, the mind like, hey, but let's go, you know, talks as I open my eyes. Mind is doing what mind is doing. And I'm listening to the talking. I'm not concentrating, breath, no breath. Yeah. Just mind will do its mind thing. And inside, I'm looking at all of the stories with open eyes, you know, or even closed eyes, but you're like aware that you're awake, yeah, which mostly uh, means that you're actually asleep. But I won't touch that. All in due time with the true awakening. And today I was jumping out of bed, and I recently, as I'm interested in time patterns and stuff. I'm looking at the phone, and I see 7:16 in the morning. Yeah. And repeatedly, maybe 5-6 times, I was opening the phone as I wake up at that time. 7:16, maybe 7:18, maybe 7:9. You know, some people who've observed patterns, they've seen some things that, oh, coincidence. The body has its own timing, you know. It's like my mind can tell my body, you know, let's go out of bed, let's go out of bed, let's go in bed, let's go out of bed. Let's just these stupid, simple, mundane experiences. Now, just because some phenomena is like sometimes intriguing, I share that. Yeah, there's no meaning in that. There were times I woke up at 3 a.m. I had energy. I lived in Ramat Gan, Tel Aviv, Israel. I walked to the sea, to the beach. I had energy. 3-4 a.m. Yeah, using the energy. Now again, it's not about living my life, my examples. It's what I saw that the mind could not have determined all of these things that my body was suddenly doing. Yeah, again, not suddenly. It actually day in, day out. Yeah. And again, if I analyze and I go deeper down, like to the patterns of, and again, the design and how it operates, I can say more about it, but I'm really more focused on the surface. Yeah, I'm kind of sometimes popping up the design of mine. So for people who hear and who know the knowledge, you know, they can look back at the design and see whatever. But this thing, first message, yes, my mind want to go for, and your mind as well, more than sometimes they're just responding. Oh, emotional clarity, you know, oh, I'll think about it. Yes, okay, your mind will do what your mind is doing until you will be ready to, the mind, the organ mind, to be aligned. Yeah, it takes time. Oh, it takes time. So this is about the responding, that if you got that, that's it. If, would you like to listen further? Would you like to be distracted a bit more for the mind to get something else, you know? So then that's okay, you know? Because either you're open in the now or not, like any other generator. Yeah. But mostly the now seems to be more exalted, like, wow, you know, like I mentioned in my last recording. Okay, yeah. So again, I've got this left blonde, alcohol free from today. No, better to do a yoga asana, like an exercise, you know, but I am the yoga asana in the now. Yeah. No, better to sit on the floor than on this physio ball. Better to, no, don't use technology, you know, it's not so good for the eyes. Better before the night, you know, whatever. you've got a book from IT to Guruji and Mataji that you wrote, and you better to now. When will you write it already in the computer and translate it into English like you did with the other book, In Search of? Mind is doing what mind is doing. So this thing mainly of responding, and if again you don't have the sounds of since it took me 3 months to get these sounds, yeah, I still encourage to shut up. Yeah. So if you're asked these yes no questions in your life, not by having a session or anything, because you will be. If somebody asks you why and how and you go, I don't know, yeah, you will be asked. But again, it has to be the luck or the courage to lose all of the fake stability you've got in life. Your mind has created fake security, fake stability. Now, if you really want to awaken, it will determine, will require different measures. I haven't experienced it differently. I haven't. It's not that most of the people live fake lives. It's just that they live mind life, mental life. That drives them to do A, B, C, and all of that. That's why, yeah, you hit walls, you hit frustration, you hit and eat frustration, where you're stuck. Now, when I get stuck, that's it. I don't do anything. It's the sign. There's no frustration from being stuck. I'm just very aware. The mind tries to push us. The mind tries to push or not. Now it takes like experiment and experience and time, because the mind was not actually observing this, but when it is engaging in that, yeah, like it engages in responding to life, responding. Actually, we had to this, all these things that in the beginning they're crucial for the mind to trust. Oh, really? We had to this? Are you crazy? We're emotionally clear with this? You gotta be joking me. Yeah. Oh, you had and you're again, if you're emotional, you're clear with your emotions not to go there. Are you crazy? But we've been waiting for that, and all this fantastic, stupid, daily, mundane stuff that helps to enjoy the stupid, dumb, mundane stuff. Realizing that awakening is literally you just awaken in the morning. You go to sleep. You fall asleep and you turn awaken in the morning to whatever there is. And yes, the rest is just bonus. Yes. As the saying goes in Hebrew, but some two other things. So I don't know, not knowing. Again, unless a sleeping phoenix and any charisma being, any 2034, busy in the now, will not surrender that their life force only knows when it knows what to be busy in the moment, that there is so much unknowing, yeah, that you will only respond, someone asks, you want to go there? You have, which is for me, I don't know, but there's no energy for that, might be silent. Because it's an integration, individual energy that actually doesn't know until it knows in the moment that it is ready to be busy with that. Again, let alone if you're emotional and they're overpowering, so they're here to determine your decision making. Yeah. This I don't know is so critical. And it doesn't mean the mind does not have anything to say about it. Otherwise, mind saying this may be amplified, maybe not, but anxieties and all of this bullshit, again, natural human phenomena. So I don't know of why, I don't know what, Why don't you know? Why don't know? Why don't you know? Again, if you get locked in this pattern, your mind, you can try meditation as much as possible. You can try yoga as much as possible, vipassana, all these tools out there. They might help you. I don't know. But again, there is a not knowing mechanism inside of you until it knows. That's what I'm busy now. That's what I'm busy now. And there would be times you would not know what you're busy with, and until there would be the response to this. And unless you'd stay with this, it might be, yeah, you might be moving around, not doing anything, but something will just happen. It's not necessarily an easy energy, I would say, in a world that does not accept boredom and emptiness and nothingness. It has accepted it when you were a baby, and all you were doing was focused on the physical aspect. Yeah? But as you grew up, expectations of you and mind expectations and mature much faster than your actual rhythm. Much faster. Until 30, you're a baby. Until 30, you're a baby. I'm just a teenager. Yes, some people, yeah, okay, wow, interesting what you say, smart, this, that, doesn't matter. Yeah, some people may think I'm as dumb can be. Doesn't matter. Because it's different. But I'm still a teenager. It's just the minds of others, whether they're 50, 60, might be so immature. Immature in its seriousness. Wow! Seriousness is one of the most immature diseases that exist. That's the mind's immature realm to get us caught in all of its agendas. You gotta be serious, you gotta be serious, you gotta mature, you gotta grow up, yeah, all of this bullshit. So that's a bit about responding and a bit about the now, and and I don't know that unless you will surrender to that aspect, you're gonna have a problem. You will realize that again there is a lot of not knowing, that you've never actually accepted that. Your mind tried to pull you to many things that are terribly incorrect for you. Maybe even on your own, on daily routines or stuff you do or practices, or sometimes I just watch the wall. I just stare at the wall, fantastic. Wow. I've got many other exercises that are, I don't know, it's not exercises, it's happenings. I don't look anything for anything. Yeah. It's not that this is more important than staring at the wall or at the river or the computer screen, or than walking or running or drawing or educating or giving a yoga philosophy class. None of that. The now is the now. And if you will not surrender to it, it will be challenging. That's the not knowing. That's the emptiness for me. Mind wants always something else, inside. But it also realizes through time and awareness that, wow, I'm looking now at the wall as I record, like the shades, the dots, but it takes time to recognize the mundane plane, If you believe that your room, or you think your room is the same, there's tons of things you have not noticed yet. Often happens when someone else also, hey, you see these people, da, 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 da. But mind sometimes look for something special, the special job, special partner, special now, special future. Yeah. Special fulfillment, special love, special help, special this, do this. Yeah. Yeah. But again, mind will be mind. It is performing its organ's duty, including as veiling you. This is why mind has a quality of transcending this mundane life. Mind actually wants that, built for that. It's the one that's like, really, okay, I'm awakened up there. Well, life is happening down there, body, heart, stomach, all of that. But only when mind is like any other organ, aligned properly, If heart is not functioning, it tells you, you get it clear. If stomach, if your liver, if all of that. Yeah. Mind as well. But it waits for its lucky moment. Another term that was mentioned to me was about agenda. Human design, there are a couple, one more about not taking it personally, but I might leave it for later. Agenda. So there was a term coined in human design, like mind has an agenda, living with no agenda, living when you're just responding to life, there's no agenda, you just see things happening. Yeah, mind has all of its talks and plans, and that's the agenda. I'm gonna get that, so if I go to my chart, the agenda is how to get inspiration, so I can get more pleasure of this boring life. Yeah. So the mind will try to have its agenda and get me to do things, not by responding in the now from the or rejecting them from which means I'm not available, or if I want to do this and I'm or silent, then either I stay asocially silent, or I add the social I don't know. Yeah. Let alone, of course, but why don't you want to do it, and how and when, and I don't know. Yeah. Literally get the hell out of here with all your questions, open questions. We'll deal with them in due time. Are they inspiring? Are they worth the mental plane, the mental masturbation game? Yeah, the art of distraction game. So my mind, I'm observing. It observes itself. It's a self-reflected consciousness. Yeah, this term. So agenda. Yes, it continues with its agendas. For me, it became clear that every time I hear myself talking inside my head and outside about money, this is conditioning. Now I can lay it out precisely in the chart, and I can show how 99 people still even in human design are caught in this energy. And I can guarantee that they are caught in that. If you know what's the channel of money line, and again, there are many others. Yeah. When my mind is caught in community and talent, and there are other stuff. When you go and you learn the knowledge, your mind can chew on something, on some bones. I don't want to go into that, but just this agenda. Yeah. Living with or without an agenda. When I'm living without an agenda, I'm responding and suffering the consequences. Yeah, but not suffering in the mean. I'm actually satisfied. I just see that it doesn't matter. People are happy, frustrated, sad. Oh, I helped them. I gave them service. I gave them for free. I charged them €1,000. Whatever. I washed the dishes. I did it. Yeah. No agenda. I just see where my body goes at any moment, what it does. And am I responding or not? Now, it's not that I think about it. It's all happening. An agenda meaning that you're in the duality. That, this is better than that. This is more than that. This is less than that. That's having an agenda. Now, you might be caught for some advanced observers in having agenda, from having no agenda, yeah? Because, oh, wow, it's fantastic to live with no agenda where you just observe, like, this is what in the yoga is talked about. Be careful when you hit the liberation point, because, you might get caught and trapped in the liberation game, yeah? Bhoga, pavarga, where the mind's path in a way, pleasure or liberation. And mind is still here for that. Yeah. Whether you in human design, the termed, okay, 9-center being, the mind is still with the 7-center, but mind is still here. Yeah. Get the joke, mind is still here. It loves in a way to escape the mundane plane. Loves it. Yeah. It doesn't want to get caught on the mundane plane. Let the body do its trip. When the mind reaches this apavarga, this liberation, yeah, and again, it cannot be caught in that because none of that matters. Talked very nicely in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Yes, minds are minds. And body will do its thing when, in the now, in the now, in the now. While mind will travel through time and space, and then body in the now will take care of the flesh and the body and the brain and all of that. So this is again about a little bit about agenda. And it doesn't mean, by the way, you don't have an agenda with a diary and you respond and you mark, in this date I go and For example, I responded to going to Antwerpen to teach yoga philosophy in the end of this month. I don't know if I'll go or not, or come, and I don't know if I don't go or not. And it's not a good or a bad, I just went, And I'm now recording, and I have it in my memory as well, that's what I responded, and there's energy moving. Often mind has even agenda and accepts, if I would be sick and didn't go, or if I would, all of that. When I will be there standing in the class, I will be aware of what is happening in the now. Okay? And now in the now, I'm aware of the thoughts. Again, it takes time to realize all of that, for the mind to be aware of this. It wants to be in other realms of, doing something with your life. Then you don't see that it is already happening. You don't need to okay, now I'll try to respond to that. You are responding to life if you're a sleeping phoenix. And again, each generator, but seems like there is something coming out to the sleeping phoenixes out there. Yeah. That since they're so busy in the now, most of you are not ready to really listen. There's too many things going on in the now. And if you are, and you are ready to just, that's even, there is something there in restraining this power to just see that so much is happening in the now that actually you will, there's a big chance you will do much less than you're doing now. Physically moving, trying, getting, contacting, all of this mind stuff. So that's about the agenda. Yeah. I'm so absorbed in this recording and what I was doing a moment before, and now I'm so absorbed. What did I record in the first couple of minutes? Or what? Yeah, again, stored in the memory. I'm aware of many movements because the mind actually looks at it. It is free because it's not like, okay, so when will I teach? What will I teach? How will I teach? What will I bring? I'm always bringing myself. Busy in the now. Again, with blah, 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 blah. The rest of the design. Yes. Okay. Yes. No planning. It will do its job. And yes, I imagine and I dream and the mind and I listen to it and I'm like, fantastic, because I realize it's part of the reality for me. To be sometimes present in the now, to dream about something, and I'm most present with it. I'm not trying to let it pass away. Oh, but that's just mind stuff, and that's not, and this is reality. We're not in the time to go into this spiritual, philosophical, fantastic, transcendental realms. We're not there. Most of the people are hanged on the material plane, having troubles. Illusion. There's no troubles. There's no problems. You just never trusted your energy. I never trusted my energy, says my mind. It never trusted it's being busy in the now. Now it's becoming aware because it sees life. Yeah. And then you will feel that this day in, day in, day out, doesn't matter. The day might have been shitty, you know? Things gone wrong, this happened, that. But that's it. Battery's over, battery's over. Goodbye. I'm gonna sleep. You wake up and you see what it will, you know. It's not about, that's why I see that's the big hoax about pleasure, about inspiration. Oh, it's like, again, second evening in a row, and I'm just making this funny recording, this funny sound from my mouth, and I'm like, wow, wow. And when someone else, again, when I'm it takes time for me to talk to someone else truly on the mental plane. Because you can hear very quickly I can hear very quickly if you're caught on, okay, so actually I will see if I'm responding, or I have to play baby games. Like people were playing with me when my mind was in control. And with most people, I cannot really have a conversation. There's no listening. First person listens to himself, where the mind has no agendas. That's why most of the mental conversations, they're crap. Even with spiritual, philosophical people who are lost, you can feel it in the frequency, you know? And then I'm coming to maybe the last topic for this recording, about not taking it personally. Whoa, that's a big thing. Whatever you'll tell me, I'm listening. You're smart, you're ugly, you're beautiful, it's boring, it's this. Just whatever you see. Are you ready to share so openly? Doesn't mean you will say it blunt, but it's okay, it's just words. But if you take it personally, yeah, the mind that sees you as a person, then you're in problem. You're in a deep shit. Because your mind will torment you about what people are telling you. Yeah. And it will calculate and measure and think and that, and some people, it wants to be loved, it wants to avoid the truth that you're cold, or it wants to hold on to people because they make you feel, whatever your design is. Yeah, again, not going in particulars. And with most people, it's a dishonest communication. Again, it's both sides. Only when I reach that, I can talk freely. Until you're hurt from my words, no chance. And it doesn't mean I will communicate to everybody. It's not about just saying whatever at any time, because if I'm not available to hear and you're not available to hear me, it's just not worth wasting this energy. It's not talking on empty and da 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 da. It's having the people where you can have a communion with. Maybe at the end of it will be just until the end of my life with the computer. I don't know. I don't believe so. I meet everyone, and I meet not everyone. I meet people, and okay, we communicate, and it often begins on a very low level because the mind still wants to do something, and if this and that doesn't happen, it tries to plan. So yeah, if you make decisions from the body, the whole language changes. Again, there are few people that are talking like that. And I've met people who they've had this spiritual experience and that, through yoga, through meditation, through mushrooms, even through human design, but you don't feel anything. They're as empty can be, and not from a transcendental empty. That's what I feel. That's what I see. And I trust what I feel and I see. And to put it out in words. And if you're grounded in your own experience, it would not matter to you. Because you would not take it personally. Yeah. I see when people, I go with my I don't know, and I go through the airport, people look at me, wow, this weirdo, this stupid person, I can smell it. But I don't give a fuck. I don't need to prove to anybody anything. Yeah. I don't need to avoid anymore any confrontation. It's not that my mind likes this nervousness, this energy of, yeah, unattuned emotional being who just takes their emotions on others and are unaware of dealing that with themselves. Yeah. So each sleeping phoenix, let alone if you're emotional, you're able to, I can also sense it. Yeah. Again, it will bounce back to you. Yeah. If you're incorrect, you will sense it. Yeah. If I'm, you ask, can I tell you something? And I go, that's it. You have the permission to say anything. It doesn't mean response will not happen. And again, not verbally. I might go somewhere, I might, but it doesn't matter what will happen. It's just a game anyway. Even if it's unpleasant or not nice, we are dishonest beings. This means agenda. Agenda meaning you are dishonest at what you communicate because you want to try to reach somewhere with what you say and what you plan and what you do. Your agenda is maybe to make money, to make friends, to give service to people. That's all agenda. You're not ready to simply see the now as it is. Beautiful, ugly, pleasant. Yeah. Nervous, anxious, fearful, until it might turn to awareness. Yeah. No expectations of all of that. And when it's been taken personal, no communion can happen. I'm aware when my mind tries to take things personally. It is aware of itself. And perhaps with time, with vigilance, with that, you're able to catch it as well and laugh at your own mind. And I realize it's just luck, it's not like luck in meeting the right people, in being in the right place, in getting these messages in the right time, so you can recall again and again what is it to respond, what is it to listen to your body, and have people, when people come to my shop in, I don't know, meditation in Arnhem, that's their place for, I tell them, I don't know if it's a pity that I have to remind them, you're free to do whatever, yes, there are constraints and there will be a response to whatever you do, but you don't have to be social with me, you don't have to be, but again, not mentally, not going blah blah whatever, but you can leave at any time, you can come at any time, we'll find a communication to establish, but like in contact improvisation, first rule, you take care of yourself. And again, if your mind will lead you, you will suffer the consequences. Yeah, if your mind will take this, okay, so mind now responds to life, or mind is now doing whatever it wants, or right? Isn't there basic laws of life? Yes, there are basic laws of life, but your body knows how to handle through them. But because mind has been controlling us, we had to, again, Lao Tzu wrote about it in Tao Te Ching, so when it's all in disorder, there is laws, laws. Like it's not clear, thou shalt not murder or kill, whatever. And blah, blah, blah. And when it's okay, when it's not. And now there's books of laws and in all our societies. It is what it is, okay, yeah. But your body knows how to live with all of that. How to work with that, around that if necessary. It knows the rhythm of life, its own timing. But yes, as human beings, we are fearful creatures. And if we look at any centers, going through the 9 centers, we'll see the stories now again as a manifesting generator. So these sleeping phoenixes, there would not be the dominant theme of trying to attract attention, which is in the throat, and not knowing when enough is enough. But the problem is that you're not trusting that you're an attracting attention machine when you're in the now. My mind did not know that. That when the mind uses this energy, it's not that it's busy with not knowing when enough is enough. It just uses this in a frustrating way. All of this sacral energy, this fantastic life force energy, is just here to be busy in the now for oneself. You are experiencing it when you are empowering yourself, when you just do just this right thing in the now, whether it's drinking the tea, cooking, walking, sitting, reading, taking money out of the ATM, going to the river, to the library, anything. It can be anything in the now. Just look at the possibility, anything. I'm not selling a dream. It is. It is. Life is that. And it takes luck to really see that. I'm again reminding, I'm sitting in this small attic room and I'm like, that's the peak of the world. Yeah? Like, wow. Again, with this alcohol-free left blonde and this tea that is finished. And yes, mind can always say many things about it. Can be warmer, can be colder, can be wooden floor, can be carpet floor. But yeah. So yes, as you go through this responding, you see that you are just a fantastic designed machine. Your mind will enjoy this process eventually. It has its potential to be liberated. I can talk about it in due time also through the yoga lens, yoga philosophy lens. But you will recognize whatever you need to recognize. And you will be aware if your mind is trying to get you to do something in the now. It will have its conversations. And you will feel the frustration as you will not go to sleep day in, day out and like, okay, you will think about it tomorrow and the next day and the next week and the next day, and sometimes, oh, what happened? But this class was there and this time, yesterday and the day before and the day before. Now. It's all centered to the now. And yes, from this now, there are these movements, past, future, but they're rooted in the now. That's the main thing of all sleeping phoenix that hear that. And again, for whatever reason, I'm talking to the sleeping phoenixes now. This was really for me a little bit another yet mind story distraction about responding, about listen to your inner authority. If you're sacral, trust this in the moment. If it's silent or it goes trust these not knowing moments. They're crucial and they're frequent. Yeah, there are many things you're not available to. If you're emotional, time is on your side. There's no need to hurry. There's no truth in the now. It means you go, It just means your sacral is available, but it's not here to determine your movement. It is ready at any time, but the emotionality will determine. Because it is, overpowering. It's more dominant. It's the thing that's here to bring you the satisfaction. It has its connection to the sacral this way or the other. Even if it's split from it or so. And about agenda, about living life, it's fantastic life. It's fantastic. And there is agenda. There is like man-made time. Man-made time. Yes. Meaning naming a time in space, 20th November 2019, 2014 too, and this isn't my real time, not let's make this calendar and that calendar, this girl get blah 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 blah, all this bullshit. Yeah. Calling it Wednesday, or we live with that. No need to do more, no need to, okay. You've got your own timing and you're here to be that time and space that you are. That's a bit also about agenda. You'll see the magic in time and space. We are the magic mushroom. And taking it personally, yeah, the mind will take it. It's here to see from the personality aspect. It's here to take things personally, so you can transcend that. Yeah, it's here to see your own experience in your own personal box, meeting the world. Whether from that you're somewhere, yeah, because Sleeping Phoenix still very busy with itself. But whatever comes to you, whatever you respond, whatever somebody else accepts you, rejects you, you might want something and they don't want it, not personal, it's just mechanics, it's just movement in space and time. And even it's not that. These are just sounds or letters in written language, that we put and we describe the phenomena with. Rejecting, accepting, agenda, person, okay, mind will do its thing. So we'll continue to talk to mind until it will turn to its observer. And I'm not encouraging silence. We are chitter chatter. Just let's enjoy this box while it's functioning. Yeah. Let's enjoy this box in the right timing, to the right people, for the right communions. If it's really the time for you also to align the organ of the mind, the mind as an organ, which is here to serve as an observer, as an interpreter of life, not decision maker. And let the rest of the people in your life, and no agenda like to change, to help them. This might not get to anybody, and I enjoyed recording that, using the energy yet again. And if it somehow impacts you, great. And if not, great. Yeah. And it's worth it. It is. So yeah, and for some of you, thanks for the feedback, for the kind of small themes indirectly that I was given. And yeah, I'll see wherever it takes. Maybe this is the last one about the Sleeping Phoenix. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Maybe not. But yeah. Good night.